NRL Aladdin prediction. We just get kicked right into it. With the spoon, I got Dragons. Their forward pack is just not good enough. I see them getting better towards the end of the year, maybe when those boys have a bit more experience and other teams are just kind of letting the foot off the gas a bit. But they just don't have it. I can't see them being very good this year, sadly. Next year, maybe better, but this year, got the spoon. 16th, got Seagulls. Losing DC is a massive thing to that locker room. I'm sure they're going to find leadership from Fogarty and then other guys stepping up, but it won't be the same. Yeah, and just the Turbo and Gerbo just getting 1 year older. It just doesn't look good for them at all. Maybe Covey Hetherington comes in and their forward pack has a bit of cunt about them, but I don't see that happening to a point where they're gonna, finish in the 8 or anything. 15th, I got Knights. I think I put them this low just because of injuries, and I just don't see Ponga playing the whole season. Even half the season, and then once you start to have players go down, and then you're shuffling them around, and I doubt Sharp's getting too many reps at fullback during the preseason. Maybe Dylan Brown can get these guys around the park. They've lost some good forwards as well. It just, it doesn't look good for the Knights. Too much salary in 2 players. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so they're going to finish 15th. 14th, I have the Tigers. They're going to be relying a lot on Luai. And I don't even think that Luai knows if he's going to be playing 6 or 7. I think they've got Adam Dewey most likely going to play 7. That's going to last however long. Maybe it comes down to Benji just not being a great coach. But, who knows? Maybe the May brothers just fucking steamroll every game and, they get up to a good footing every set and win games that way. But, yeah, I just don't see him doing too well. Next to them, 13th, I got Titans. Titans are an interesting one because who knows how much it was Desi. Like, if Hene comes in and he can turn this team around, it's going to be special. But there's so much media talk around Tino leaving and doing this, doing that. I don't think the players, in recent history, their spine has moved around a lot. And it's always disrupted their season where they have AJ starting in the centres and he comes in, he plays a bit of fullback, then he moves to 5'8", and it's just never a consistent team. But it seems like they got rid of a couple of bad eggs, so maybe their locker room turns around and they just fucking do well. But I don't know. I'm just gonna put them down low. So 12th, I got Eels. Again, same as like with the Tigers, they just got to rely too much on Moses. And if Moses goes down like he has in recent years, it's just not going to look great. Hoping Pezzett looks good. Then this De Silva guy that was at the Tigers last year, if he plays well, I guess they can finish anywhere in the table. But again, just don't see it happening. Just don't see that happening really. 11th, got Cowboys. Yeah. Todd Payton's probably going to get fired within the first 3 rounds. It's rough for them. They got Vegas, and then they got 2 relatively easy times. I think it's Tigers Titans. So if they go to Vegas, lose to, I believe they're playing Dragons in Vegas, come home and lose the next 2, it's just their season just doesn't look good. Big relying a lot on Tommy Dearden. The bunnies are just going to get injured. It's already happened. Fafita and Latrobe have both been injured already in the off season. That's their 2 guys. Like, if Walker goes down, it's fucked. I hope that Wayne can get something out of them. I hope that I think Cam Murray is back, So I hope that guy comes back and just does what he does, finds it front, get those quick play the balls. Can't even figure out who's. Oh, I think Cheese is going to be their hooker. So it'd be nice to see Cheese getting fucking Murray play the ball with Cheese behind it. That'll be fun to watch, but don't see him doing too well. 10th Dewars. Or 9th Dewars, sorry. Yeah. They're just going to miss out on the top 8. Just Metcalf is back, and so is Barrett. So that I could be completely wrong in those guys. Like, they could finish top 4 realistically if they really like those 2 guys come back and they're guns. They got some nice young players. They got Con Pereira on the wing, but yeah, just I think there's 8 teams better than them. Basically, they're gonna miss out. I hope they prove me wrong. I like to see the Wires in the finals. It's always hype. 8th Roosters. They're sneaking their way in. Probably gonna take them a while to find their combinations with Reese Robson and DCE. But once they do, they're gonna be clicking. That team there's so much talent in that team. A couple of guys leaving at the end of the season that are gonna want to put in work and go on a rugby with Mark and Angus. They're gonna look really good come the end of the year. They're probably gonna, I reckon, like after Origin, man, it's gonna be like watching the Broncos last year with them. They're gonna win every game, blow teams out. 7th, we've got the Raiders. I see them again similar to the Roosters, just having a bad start and then coming out the end. They just rocking. I'm pretty sure their start of the season last year was awesome from memory. I can't remember how many they won in a row, but I remember thinking they weren't going to do well going to Vegas and coming back and playing the Broncos, I think the week after, or the week after, like the 3rd week. And yeah, I think they proved everyone wrong. No one had the Raiders winning the minor premiership last year. But yeah, 7th of just a bit further down the table, a bit of a hangover. Dolphins. Seen a lot of reports on the Dolphins this year. With Katoa getting them into the top 4 or whatever. I think like the go-to bet at the moment is to put Dolphins winning the minor and just taking the value out of that. I have them in 6. I think they're gonna make their debut final series. They've got a couple of their players like Flagler coming back. If he looks like anything that he looked like before he fucking got injured, whatever his injury was, I can't remember, something to do with his shoulder. But if he looks anything like he did, you got another guy who's gonna be pushing for the Australian fucking jersey in your team. Just Hammer's gonna look good. I think they're gonna play him at fullback and have Fuller around. This is what this new bench is gonna think. Like, do you put Fuller on your bench now and have you can have your hooker and Fuller and then have 4 forwards? I don't know how this 6-man bench is gonna make things look, but these coaches are gonna come up with game plans. It's gonna be cool to watch. Doggies in 5th. I don't know what they're gonna look like this year, but fucking they got some gun players. They're gonna be a threat to every team they play. They're gonna be putting it on. Like those games they played against Panthers last year, and when McLean was going against Critter, that was like the most exciting games of the year by far. Just have them in 5th. They're gonna be good. I'm really keen to watch them and see what happens. It's just Lockie Galvin. I'm still rooting against him. He hasn't won me over yet. I'm rooting against him a bit. I hope he does well though. But is what it is. Sharkies, boringest team in the comp, really, aren't they? I don't think they signed anybody. Blake Brayley, I hope he plays Origin this year. Like I said, the Queenslander, I kind of don't. But for him, I kind of hope he does. Yeah, 4th, sneaking in. Hines is gonna have a cry about his mum at some point, probably. I don't know. 3rd, Storm. Come to think of it, I might actually have Storm maybe just making the 8 rather than 3rd. Looking at it now and thinking about it a bit more. been thinking about it quite a lot today, actually. Um, they've lost some good players, like Pappy leaving and Ness, and then like I feel like if Farlongo was a guy, he would have played more last year, and like Nick Meaney wouldn't have gone back, and they lost Peasant as well. What for the way he played in that semi-final was great, but yeah, it's just the weird optics with them. Katola's gone too. Jeez, they've lost some guns. It's a Storm system though, so you just shoot next man up, and they're young guys like Howarth. What's the other center's name? Chan, or something like that. Uh, they're coming through, and they look like they look really good. They're coming through the Storm system. They're playing. They look Grant Anderson as well. Hopefully he gets some games for the Broncos. So I don't really know. Yeah, they might finish. They could miss the 8, really. But yeah, got them third at the moment, or at least when I was writing this list out. And then second I got the Broncos. So first is Panthers, second is Broncos. I see these two teams just swapping every week. It's like who's gonna like it could be point difference, minor premiers, could also be the Dolphins. But I got Broncos finishing second. It's gonna come out the gate strong. Origin's gonna be rough. And I don't know if they got the depth. I don't even know who the backup fullback is. I guess it's Grant Anderson. Like I guess Grant Anderson or Jesse Arthur are putting in reps. The most interesting thing about them that I find is their wing centers. Both sides are very similar. Like I couldn't tell you the difference between Karapani and Mariner as players. To me, they're both just light-footed, quick guys. Angles, fucking step anybody, and then get the speed real fast. Both of them have problems underneath the high ball. And he got Grant and Jesse Arthurs who are similar bodies. I wouldn't say they're similar players, but similar body players. So, I don't know who's going to get the starting spot at the end of the day. On the in the back five, I mean, it's going to be Shipper and Staggs, obviously, in the centres, and Walsh at the back. But those two wing spots are, who's ever playing the best. And then the second row spot is obviously the weakest spot for the Broncos. Big raps on that guy that came over from the Dolphins, whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce until I hear it from commentators every week. Great bench, great forward pack, great forward bench. Fucking, yeah. I'm going to assume it's going to be Ben Hunt, hooker, Mam 6. And then, I guess Belly Walters and Pax will both be sitting on the bench, and then Madge will have to decide who he brings on depending on how the game's looking. Okay, the 6-man bench is going to be interesting. Panthers, I'll have I've seen a lot of people thinking they're going to be trash this year, and I think that eats them. They're the type of team that they see that, and they're working fucking overs now. And they lost they're working overs. Those cunts are down there and they're fucking getting flogged every training session, but they know why. Because they all want to be great and they all want to put this legacy on. I think they're, I won't say, they're a different breed of footy player, but I think their team mentality is just different down there. And then you got, with Yo and Nathan leading from the front down there, I just think they're going to come out with a vengeance this year. I'm looking forward to Casey McLean. I really like watching him, man. I think he's gone. I hope they change the Origin rules so that he can play Origin in the future, because I think it's a disgrace that Benji never did, and he looks like he might be the next Kiwi player that comes through that's going to be a gun. So that's the list. So top 4, Panthers, Broncos, Storm, Sharks. In the 8, Bulldogs, Dolphins, Raiders, Roosters. And missing out on the 8 is Wires, Rabbitohs, Cowboys, Eels, Titans, Tigers, Knights, Sea Eagles, and then Dragons winning the spoon. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my fucking words at the end of the season. It's gonna look nothing like this. All right, bye.